Good morning, church family. It is June 10th, another Wednesday, another midweek encouragement for you. This one, I suspect, will be short and sweet. We've been back together again for 2 Sunday mornings, and it has been wonderful. I've enjoyed seeing you again, and I've missed you. And if you're still not able to come join us, I'm thankful that we still have these virtual means of communication. But what I wanted to share with you as an encouragement this morning had to do with balancing real life with real people, dealing with real issues, and the virtual world, which is full of people that we don't see personally, we don't get the chance to interact with, we don't get the chance to impact one-on-one, but we can get completely absorbed in their lives or in the events surrounding their lives, and how do we balance that? So here's a story that happened to me yesterday that brought all this up. So I had these two guys. I was their chaplain at an engineering unit I was with in North Carolina. One of them was a chaplain. One of them was a chaplain assistant. And I was their chaplain. And this chaplain assistant, I was his first chaplain when he came into the Army. And this chaplain, I was his first supervisory chaplain, so to speak, when he came into the Army. And so we spent a lot of time together. And I've since moved on, and they've since moved on. But they ended up getting mobilized together. So they are everybody in the Army, well, not everybody, but a lot of people in the Army, before they deploy somewhere around the world, they come to Fort Hood. And it's just this big mob station where they get ready to, send people out. So these two guys are at Fort Hood. These two friends of mine are at Fort Hood, and they're getting ready to go overseas. So I drove up to see them because I wanted to see them and just encourage them and talk with them, pray with them, that kind of thing. And it was really nice. It was great to get to see them and just kind of get to spend some time with them before they hit the road for a little while. But it reminded me of a couple things. Number one was the importance of the life that you have, stewarding it, using it to impact the lives of others. So we had spent significant time together. I knew them intimately. I know their families. They know me intimately. They know my families. They know some of the struggles we've had. I know some of the struggles they've had. And so when we reconnected, we haven't physically seen each other in 2 or 2.5 years, but we reconnected and picked right back up where we left off and talked about some of the great memories of living life together and doing ministry together. And so the importance of taking advantage of those opportunities to live actual real life with actual people that God puts in your life for a season. And the other was, I thought, given our current context, the importance of living that real life with real people who are in our lives for a season that often feels way too short. And they're here today and they're gone tomorrow, and then we don't see them again. And so God gives us little windows to impact people's lives. But one of the challenges we face is that in this virtual world we live in, with these 24/7 news cycles and just information available at an instant on a computer, on a cell phone, on a TV, in the paper, for those who still read the paper. You can podcast. I mean, it's just unbelievable the amount of information that's available at an instant. And we can spend all of our time and all of our lives, if we're not careful, surrounded by real people who come in and out for different seasons. And we miss so many opportunities to impact them and allow them to impact us. So I was reminded of this famous passage from Matthew chapter 9. It's right at the end of chapter 9. Jesus went through all the towns and the villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness. And when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. We talked about mercy and compassion Sunday. This is Jesus, mercy and compassion. And then he said to his disciples, and this is the encouragement I pass on to you for this week, the harvest is plentiful. The harvest around you is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So ask the Lord of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest field. That's you. That's me. We're the workers. And Jesus looks his disciples eyeball to eyeball and says, the harvest is plentiful, but we need workers. We need those to actually get out and do the work. So I pass that encouragement on to you, straight from the words of the Messiah, of Jesus himself. Pray that the Lord would send out workers. Pray that the Lord would send out you. You have so many opportunities every day with people that often you see every day. And they may be here today, they may be gone tomorrow. The seasons might change faster than we expect. And we get a very small opportunity to actually impact those around us with the gospel of Jesus and allow them to impact our lives with the gospel of Jesus. So that's my prayer for us this week, that you and me and all of us would ask the Lord that instead of going, hey, there they are, send them, is here am I, Lord, send me. Send me onto the harvest. Make me aware of the life that's all around me. Fill me with your mercy and compassion for people that I might actually impact them today, because that today might be it. So there you go. I hope that's encouraging to you. I'm praying for you. And if we can't see in person, I pray and I trust that these virtual means of communicating are uplifting to you and reminding you of God's presence in your life and the presence of God's people in your life. So go be a missionary where you are, be an ambassador for the kingdom, and ask the Lord to make you a worker in his harvest. All right, God bless you. I will see you soon.